Let me brief you on the current state of play for the Republican presidential nomination. I'm not supporting any of the candidates yet, and I think this is fairly impartial, but let me run it down with you. Obviously, the establishment in the Republican Party is very committed to Bush, and he is really outshining Christie. Bush is at 16% in the national polls. Christie is back at 7%. And I don't think Christie's going to be able to make himself a factor. Then you have Ron Paul, who is kind of in his own world, literally, because his unique combination of neo-isolationism, libertarianism on economic issues, and anti-evangelical social libertarianism really makes him a sui generis candidate, not in competition with anybody, just trying to sell and push his ideas. He would like to get the Tea Party support, but it's too evangelical. He would like to get the establishment Koch brothers support, but they're too committed to national security. He'd like to get Americans for Prosperity, but they're not willing to go along with his program. So I think Paul is really marginalized. The real question is who emerges as the opponent of Bush. And you have 4 real possibilities: Cruz, Rubio, Walker, and an outside shot at Ben Carson. The prize here is the financial backing of the Koch brothers and the manpower of the Tea Party. And together, the leadership of the Koch brothers and their donors, who can contribute $1 billion to a campaign, and the Tea Party, which has the most incredible field organization in the country, really together can put a candidate as opposed to Bush, which will give him a real fight. Now, Rubio is, in my judgment, kind of going on thin air. I don't think he's really established himself as a potent voice. I don't think that he's become incredibly eloquent in his appearances. And I think that he's kind of second tier. Carson has done very well and has a surprisingly large vote share at 9% of the vote. But I think we've had enough of ingenues with Obama. And it's not exactly a good place for on-the-job training to make your first political race against Hillary with the presidency at stake. It might take a little more experience than that. The 2 people who I would keep an eye on are Walker, Scott Walker, the governor of Wisconsin, and Ted Cruz, the senator from Texas. One has a very strong record on education, fighting the unions, and fighting for choice in education, a series of basically state issues. The other, Cruz, has a very strong record on Obamacare and a bunch of national conservative issues. And a lot will depend on events. If the Supreme Court throws out the subsidies in Obamacare, the issue is going to come back to the Senate, and Cruz will be the leading opponent of Obamacare, the leading demander for an entirely new system, probably one based on letting the states do what they want. And we'll see which of those candidates acquires greater salience. Right now, Walker has the lead because the Koch brothers seem inclined to him, but the Tea Party seems inclined to Cruz, and we need to see how that shakes out. So that's kind of how I see it now. It'll change over time, and I'll be back with other updates. Thanks for watching.